Greetings. I'm Chip Chambers, founder and president of the DADA2 Foundation, but most importantly, I'm the dad of two DADA2 patients. This coming year marks the 10th anniversary of the DADA2 Foundation, and I can hardly believe it. In light of that, I can't help but share a funny story about the beginning of the foundation. It really connects to what I've been thinking about this year, and that's, how to invite you to be ready with us. Because being ready really made a difference in the start of the foundation. So let me tell you that story. So way back in 2016, the disease was discovered in 2014. I spoke with NIH researcher Dr. Dan Kastner, whose team discovered DADA2 in the US. And I said, Dr. Kastner, we've got to have a global conference. We've got to get everybody in one room and talk about this new disease. Now, he agreed, and he thought maybe we could get 40 researchers, and almost certainly the NIH probably could fund the meeting. So on Rare Disease Day, I flew to DC to meet with Dr. Kastner and his team. Now, they started talking about the science of the disease, which was, of course, fascinating to me, but that's not why I was there. I was there to pick a date to have a conference. So with only 10 minutes left in the meeting, he said, Chip, I got some really bad news. The NIH is not going to be able to fund the meeting. And boom, without literally missing a beat, I said, Dan, don't worry about it. We've already raised $250,000 and formed a nonprofit, so let's pick a date. Now, here's the truth. We had not raised a dime, or we had not formed a nonprofit, but I sure as heck was not going to let that opportunity to pick that date go by. So we did, and then I raised the money and launched the nonprofit in record time. And you see, that little story is a reminder to me that in the toughest of days working to cure a rare disease, that it takes ambition and passion to make change happen when life really matters. And I'm grateful, I really am, for Dr. Kastner and his entire team that day, because their partnership in those earliest days has truly saved many lives. Now, as I look forward to our 10th anniversary, I want to ask you a question. Are you ready to become a sustaining contributor to keep that spirit of collaboration going? This year, we are looking for 50 families to become monthly givers at any level by December 31st. Now, some of you have already given, and to you, I want to say thank you, but I also want you to hear from me directly what we've been working on. Because I believe together, we can make sure that the foundation continues to gather the most amazing network of physicians and researchers in the world to study DADA2 and to be a resource on a daily basis for patients and physicians around the globe. Every day, the DADA2 Foundation is ready to receive calls from a patient when they get that diagnosis for the first time. Their doctor doesn't know what to do. We get nearly a call a week like this. Recently, I helped a family in Somalia connect with a doctor in Saudi Arabia who could perform a life-saving bone marrow transplant for their son. We also talk with and connect researchers and physicians who are actively working to understand the disease and more easily diagnose patients. And in fact, I'm thrilled to announce that in April, we'll gather for the 5th International Conference on DADA2 to discuss the current research into DADA2. For example, could carriers be symptomatic, or what exactly is going on in the body when ADA2 is not present? And in the meantime, we're helping to spread the word to other regions of the world. For example, we've been collaborating with a Kenyan doctor to translate information about DADA2 into Swahili. And while scientists dig deep, we're partnering with pharma, government, and biotech to develop a potential enzyme replacement therapy called PEG-ADA2 as a treatment for DADA2. We're also working to create a device called the ADA2 Now Meter, where you could diagnose DADA2 in your office in just a few minutes. And we're developing a patient registry that will help us study that everyday pattern of the disease and treat patients with even more precision. So here's the bottom line. We're honored to do this, and we're honored and know that we cannot do it without you being ready to jump in and support those efforts. So, are you ready to join us? Commit to a gift of $5, $10, $25, or $50 a month, or whatever you could afford. And it adds up. It'll be used to make sure that you can continue supporting newly diagnosed patients and their physicians today, and is just importantly pursuing the cures of tomorrow with some of the world's greatest researchers. If a one-time gift is easier, we're happy to take that too. I can't thank you guys enough for your support. If you're watching this video, probably you or one of your loved ones is affected by DADA2, and I share that as a father of two DADA2 patients. But I truly believe, guys, that together we can change the course of this disease to bring more diagnoses, more understanding, and more answers, all through the power of this collaboration. So please join us by December 31st. And I, again, want to thank you for all of your support.